Malam Vaishnavamscha Shrirupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatamritam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamscha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Deshatani Nama Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratushe Namo He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we welcome all of you. This series, The Power of Desires, the story of Bharat Maharaj. Last week we saw how Maharaj Bharat, the emperor actually, on whose name this entire planet is known as Bharat. We can understand how much he is capable of. What is his caliber? What is his power? Of course, what great fortune. He was one of the greatest devotees. So he became dear. Then who are we? What we will become? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yam Yam Vapi Smaram Bhavam Tyajyante Ante Kalevaram Tam Tameveti Kaunteya Sada Tad Bhava Bhavita. Krishna says, whatever is your bhava at the end of your life, that is what you become. So one should be very, very careful in whole life training oneself that what we are thinking. At the last moment, time of death, maybe few moments, maybe few hours, our body will not function as we want. We'll become very helpless. Many times people undergo in a situation where they are in coma. Otherwise, they're very weak. When you know that, when we have fever or when we are feeling very weak, we're not able to think properly. So imagine at the time of death, how much weak we will be. So we cannot think. It's not that, oh, let me think only about Krishna. No, it will not work. You cannot, no, fool Krishna. He's all intelligent personality. It's not that whole life I'll think about everything else and last moment I'll think about Krishna. No, it will not work. Krishna will not allow that to happen. That is why your last stage, few moments or few hours is completely controlled by the nature, not by us. We cannot control ourselves. Only great Mahatmas, great devotees, they can control because Krishna allows them, because their whole life they're thinking about Krishna. So Bharat Maharaj was thinking, he left everything, but he was thinking about deer because he was playing with deer. So we're very careful about even pets because our consciousness goes in them. And we must be very careful about our family. We have to stay with our family. We have to make everyone a devotee. But that does not mean that we become so attached. What if my family member is sinful person and goes to hellish planet and I'm attached to that person, even though I'm not sinful, I'll also go to hellish planets because I'm attached. What if my family member whom I love so much, he or she becomes an animal? Then I will have to become animal. So very careful one should be about whole life. It's not just the last moment, it's whole life of practice. So in your last moment, few minutes, few hours, that time, all what you have done in the life that will come, that will be given to you. And whichever thought is prominent, that is what life you will get. That's how the nature works. That's how the law works. You cannot challenge the law. You can't challenge the law. You can't challenge Indian law, American law. He was not dull. He acted in a way that he's dull, he's deaf, and he's dumb. He acted in a way. He was super intelligent. Why? Because he remembered that I was emperor of this world. I became mistake. As they say in English, once burned, twice shy. दूध का जला छाछ भी फूक फूक के पीता है. So Bharat Maharaj was burnt. Who will like to become an animal? So then now this life, he does not want to take any risk at all. So he didn't want any attachment to the family members, to the relatives, if they're not devotees. So they're not devotees. So then he said, no, I don't want to have any relationship. Now, if you have to live, you have to have relationship. How can you live? At least in the growing age. So then Bharat, Brahmana boy Bharat, he acted in a way that he was deaf, can't hear anything. He was dumb, can't speak anything. And he was dull-headed, doesn't understand anything. So that is why he was given name as Jada Bharat. Name is Jada Bharat. Jada means like non-living, basically. No separate existence, like this dead body. Body is dead, Jada. So dumb, dull-headed, Jada. So he became Jada Bharat. Parents were definitely happy because he was very beautiful, very handsome. He was a devotee, it has to be. So then his father tried to train him, but he did not want to take any training. He did not want to take any responsibility. He did not want to have any connection with the family or any connection with anyone who's not a devotee. He just wanted to focus on his bhakti, complete that little bit of pending bhakti and go out to Vaikuntha. He does not desire to stay back. So that is why, if you sometime when devotees, someone becomes a devotee, family members say, बड़ा चुप चुप रहता है आजकल, ज्यादा बात नहीं करता. No, because he is gambhir. He's become serious about bhakti. He has understood. But that does not mean there are some less intelligent people who do not talk to their family member, who do not do anything, who only eat in their room and sleep. They don't go out. They don't have any relationship. That's not devotee. They're not even devotees. They don't read Bhagavad Gita. They don't chant Hare Krishna. They're the psychological patients actually. So there's a difference between a devotee who's acting dumb and dull in front of world and a person who's actually dull and dumb, who is a psychopath. There's a difference. Psychiatric treatment can be given to a person who's actually dull. But one who's a devotee who's acting as dull, no treatment. He will not change. So that's why family member, relatives, they say, oh, now ये बदल गया है. Yes, वो बदल गया है for good. He wants to go back to his original place, which is Krishna Lok. Why? And who wants to stay in this horrible world? So then father, he tried to train him up. He was not responding to his training. Father thought, the son of Brahmana must do something, must learn some scriptures, do some yajna, have some basic cleanliness etiquette. Samo, damo, tapo, shaucham. Shaucham, cleanliness. This fellow is not having any cleanliness also. How will he live his life? Father and mother, they're concerned that if my child doesn't get good marks, doesn't get a good career, doesn't get a good job, or good pay, how will he survive? Okay, we'll be dead and gone, but how will he survive? That's materialistic thoughts. He will survive as per his karma. You don't have to interfere. That's what's happening. Everyone is interfering in everyone's life. One should be a little detached. Okay, he may be my husband, she may be my wife, or he or she may be my son or daughter. Whatever their karma, it will happen. Nobody can stop that. Nobody has power to stop the force of karma. Nobody. You will have to accept. Bharat Maharaj did wrong by associating with the deer, by making his heart and soul, by making his life and soul as deer. So he has to suffer. Actually, he did not suffer. It's for us to learn. So he has to become deer. Can't help. Krishna's words cannot go wrong. So then after he became Jada Bharat, he was very careful. And that's why our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, do not associate with non-devotees. Asat sanga tyagahi vaishnavacha. One who's not a devotee, we should have a very formal relation with that person. But we have to be very smart. Sometimes, husband is devotee, wife is not. Sometimes wife is devotee, husband is not. So you cannot just, not have anything to do with that other person. And then eventually, end up in divorce. That's not what scriptures are saying. You have to learn. So don't take this as a general statement. Do not have association. Even if they are family members, but they're not devotees. Don't think that you have to leave house, you have to divorce your spouse. Nothing like that. Be smart. Learn. Take trainings. Try to understand how much to deal, when to deal, what to deal. How to take care of the situation. That we must learn. So unfortunately, because we do not know, then that's why it lands up in divorces. Right? But there are wonderful cases where we see a wife is a devotee, husband eventually become devotee, or husband is a devotee and wife becomes devotee. They're both practicing very nicely. Parents are devotees, kids become devotees. Sometimes kids are devotee and parents become devotee after that. So it is possible. One has to be very smart in dealing there. So Bharat Maharaj's father, he would tell Bharat, Jad Bharat's father, not Bharat Maharaj, Jad Bharat's father, Brahmin. He would say, okay, now you go to toilet, clean yourself, and then wash your entire body or hand, legs, whatever. What this Jad Bharat will do, he would wash himself first and then go to toilet and then come out like this. Huh? It's like, you go for a shower and after you come out of shower, you wipe your body. And after you complete your shower, you wipe your body. It's not that you wipe your body first and then you take shower and you're roaming around like that. But Jad Bharat, because he was absolutely careful, he did not want to take any chance. He was absolutely clear. So he was, no. If I will show some sign that I am an intelligent person, he remembered. He knows that he was a king. He could have claimed the throne back by telling all the details. But he did not. What will I do with this material world? The universe, all the demigods would worship him. Ravana. But what happened? Dead and gone. Who becomes immortal? The devotee of Krishna. So then his father tried to train, but he would not accept any training. He thought, if I accept any training, if I behave that I'm intelligent, then there will be more attachment. And eventually they'll get me married and I'll be stuck again. So this time, no. So they try to give him purification lessons. They try to give him education, but he will not accept anything. He just said, I couldn't understand. I'm not able to understand. He projected in a way. Internally, always remembering and chanting about Krishna. Always chanting and remembering Krishna. But externally behaving in a way that, I don't know. I don't know anything. That was his behavior. Why he did like that? That we say, he did not want it. He did not want to get stuck in this material world again. He wanted to come out. So then, somehow or the other, his father, he initiated him in mantra, gave him a upapavitam or thread, Brahmana thread, Chaneyu, what you call upapavitam, they say in Sanskrit. So then he started thinking, his father thought, okay, now he is a Brahmana, let me give him some training of scriptures, but he will not take. He would do exactly opposite what he was told to do. So he would do exactly opposite what he was told to do. But internally, always think about it. It's very, very careful. Sometimes we see someone meets an accident. And after that, for some time, at least for some time, that person drives very carefully. Even though the road is empty, he will not just increase the speed. And the person sitting next to him or behind, hurry up. No. Even the passengers, his co-passengers are giving him so much pressure. I don't do that. I'll go slow. So Bharat Maharaj had, in a way suffered from emperor. He became dear. So he has that shock. But he accepted, okay, arrangement. I accept. He didn't done anything. Keep himself clean, or he did not know how to eat food. Nothing. Completely dull-headed. So then, eventually, father was very stressed out, and his father died. See, Bharat Maharaj, sorry, Jad Bharat was not too much concerned. Everyone has to die. What's the big deal? If my father will die, tomorrow my mother will die, my brother, my wife, everyone will die. You're not concerned, not attached to it. One who understands I am the soul, not the body, and why to create attachments. We are here to reduce our attachments, not to create, not to increase the activity in this world. And that is why devotees, they practice, they keep themselves little secluded. So it's not that, whether you are brahmachari or you are grahastha, doesn't matter. You keep yourself little secluded from unnecessary association, which is only a waste of time, waste of consciousness, eventually waste of life. Keep yourself away from such person. So then they try to teach him, didn't work. So eventually Jad Bharat's father, he died. And because he was son of youngest wife, and he was also he was smaller, sibling, younger sibling. So then his elder siblings, stepbrothers, and his stepmothers, they would harass him. They would give him very poor quality food. They would treat him like an animal only, because he behaved that he was an animal. Absolutely no common sense, no intelligence. Now imagine people in the world today, the smartest of the lot, actually dull and dumb. They may have fancy clothes, fancy accessories, fancy cars, luxury, but they're not thinking about, who am I? What am I doing here? I'm supposed to be happy, but why I'm not getting happiness? So if these kind of questions are not coming, then what? You're practically dull. So his stepbrothers and stepmother, they gave him very low grade food, whatever remnant was there, and they would tell him to stand in the fields so that the birds don't come and eat away the grains. So I would just even not disturb them. Let the birds eat. His stepbrothers would come, you fool! Don't you see? Our grains are being eaten by those birds. Why don't you just, shoo them away? He behaved that he's actually useless. So he was given that kind of service at home, even though he's a Brahmana. So that also means, even though you're born as son of Brahmana, but because you do not have the qualities of Brahmana, you are actually not a Brahman. Proven. Nobody accepted Jad Bharat as Brahman, because he's not. Even though he's devotee, but he's not Brahman, because he did not behave in the way. So nobody accepted him as Brahman. Nobody called him for yajna, for sacrifice. His brothers were called, stepbrothers were called. So even there also, he was not able to perform. Eventually, his stepbrothers, they moved him out of the house. And then he was wondering, okay, because internally he knows, really, what foolish. I was an emperor. What this small house, tiny, shawl. So then he was bindas, and then he was wandering. So once what happened, there was this group of dacoits, and Amavasya was coming, and they wanted a human sacrifice to be made to goddess Kali. Human sacrifice. People sometimes they give cow as a sacrifice, horse, human sacrifice, very abominable. Correct? Just sacrifice a human being. So his this dacoit, the king, the chief dacoit, he told his assistant, go and find out a human being. There's some dull-headed person. They went and they said, oh, Jal Bharat. They inquired about it. He's completely dull. They said, come, 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 we'll give you chocolate. Huh? So people who run around these material benefits, they actually get fooled by Maya. Huh? So they thought, okay, come, come, we'll give you, we'll take you this, blah, blah, blah. And they took him, brought him in front of the chief dacoit. Then the chief dacoit said, okay, very nice, prepare him for the sacrifice. How do they prepare? How do they prepare? Like you bring some tomatoes from the market, you wash them. And sometimes you wash them with salt water, turmeric water, so that all the insecticides and pesticides are just washed away. So they gave him a good proper bath, gave him new clothes, then gave him a garland, and then eventually, he was prepared for the sacrifice. Like before you cut the vegetable, you wash them. So he was being given a good bath. It was just no response, absolutely no response. Standing. Let me see if I can show you the picture. Very interesting to see that picture in place. I think it's there. Because what happened, you need to see this picture. Huh? Okay. This is how this is Bharat Maharaj attached to this deer. And whether this has, okay, I'll show you. Then I'll show you another image. You understand how devotees should actually see the death. So they prepared him, and brought him in front of Kali. And the chief dacoit came, and everyone, they were all drinking. And if they are doing human sacrifice, you can understand what quality they have. So all these low class people, not even Shudras, much lower than Shudras. So they brought this big, chopper to chop the head of Jad Bharat, very sharp. And Jad Bharat was actually not doing anything. He is intelligent. He's super intelligent. He understands that he's going to die. He said, birth and death is in hands of God. Now, who am I? If I'm supposed to live, I will live. If I'm supposed to die, I'll die. Why should I protest? Such an amazing understanding. This is called a devotee. Fearless even at the face of death. Completely fearless. How many of us can be? That's when we will become a devotee. Someone was asking, what is the parameter? How do I know whether I'm devotee or not? You see, whether you're fearless or not. Anything happen, you're fearless, then you're a devotee. If you have fear, then you're not. Still, devotee in making, work in progress. So it's completely fearless. What happened? Krishna cannot tolerate this. He says, these nonsense people, what do they think? They're disturbing my devotee. So Krishna ordered Kali. They brought Jada Bharat to be chopped, to be sacrificed in front of Kali. Krishna ordered Kali. So the Murti of Kali just broke apart. And who came outside Murti? It was Kali herself. Ferocious look. Have this look. Very ferocious look. This is Kali. This is the Murti of Kali, and this is Jad Bharat, very nicely prepared, decorated garland being offered, and she takes all the weapons and they start chopping this, the head is separated from the body, and decoy, all are killed. And Kali also has associates, very ferocious associates. They are drinking the blood of those dacoits. They wanted to offer blood to Kali of Jad Bharat. Kali manifested herself, took the chopper, started chopping the heads of these dacoits. Then what happened? Then after killing, she was doing tandav. So, and associates of this, Kali, goddess Kali, they started drinking the blood. Everyone was scared. Jada Bharat stood completely fearless, still, without any movement, thinking that if Krishna wants to protect, he will protect. I tried to protect myself. I did something with, I left the kingdom, and what happened? I became deer because I got attached. So that is why it is said devotees don't have ahankar. They should not act with their own mind or intelligence. They should use the intelligence of scriptures, of Bhagavad Gita. So you read Bhagavad Gita, you get proper intelligence, and then your decision is right. Bharat Maharaj, Jad Bharat thought, my decision was so wrong. I wanted to protect a deer. What happened to me? I became attached. We see also sometimes people, they bring the pets from the road, or the suffering pets. Okay, that compassion is good, but then you become attached to that pet. That's not good. I know one person, he had one dog. That dog lived for 12, 13 years. He cried. He couldn't eat. Weeks passed away. He couldn't eat. He was crying. Entire family was crying. Because, a family member dies, you actually say, okay, anyway, this fellow was giving too much trouble. The dog died. And then second dog he brought after a few years. He stayed for 12, 13 years, died. Then he brought third dog. One of his dog died because of heart attack. Amazing. I never knew that dogs can die because of heart attack. And one dog had diabetes. How come dogs can have diabetes? How dogs can have diabetes? Human disease. Too much stress from the master goes to the dog, and dog also gets diabetes. And third dog also died. I met him after the third dog. It stays in near temple, and he's not a devotee. And I was sitting there, can't do anything. He's a Christian fellow, but comes to temple regularly. He is like so sad. He said, no more. I've suffered a lot because of attachment. Now imagine he had 3 dogs. If at the time of death he thinks about his dogs, he'll become a dog. Very unfortunate. Such a loss. Such a loss. It's like you have a Kohinoor diamond. And what are you doing? You go on the roadside footpath, then you keep the Kohinoor diamond, and anyone comes, you tell them, okay, give me 10 paisa, I'll show you Kohinoor. Give me 50 paisa, you can touch Kohinoor. Is Kohinoor worth 50 paisa? How much can you earn in a day? It's Kohinoor. So this human body, this human birth is like Kohinoor. Very valuable. You don't want foolishly take a decision and just incur such a loss. So we should not take a risk. We have received this body, let's take the best out of it. Let's make the best out of it. So then Jada Bharat, he's standing still. Kali killed everyone, associates left, and then Jada Bharat started again walking. So that is how a devotee should. Why to unnecessarily, increase your attachment? Why to unnecessarily, put your consciousness, your heart, your mind, your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind, your intelligence, whatever you may say. That is why we should not take any decision in our life. Who will take decisions? How can we take decision when we are trained by Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra? Guru will train us, purify us. Shastra will give us intelligence. Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So when you take guidance from Guru and Shastra, then our intelligence gets sharp and then we can take right decisions. So as Bharat Maharaj, he took wrong decision because he was alone. That is why one should not practice bhakti alone. Nobody to correct. And even if you are practicing with devotees, but you are not welcoming, you are not open to correction, you are not open to chastisement. There are some devotees, they practice amongst devotees, but they don't want any one of them, including their guru, including their master, to correct them if they are doing wrong. If they are going wrong, what's the use? He's having good, he's having a master or no master, both are same. He's an anath without a master. So one should give that a faith in Guru that yes, you can correct me. Please correct me if I'm going wrong. Even if I protest, go ahead and correct me because that will eventually save me. Like a patient. No, it's paining. Please, doctor. Doctors, I will correct the damage. I need to do something. Yeah? Whether it's bone, whether muscle, whether organ. No, it's paining like your tooth is paining. So, you go to doctor and there's cavity. You go inside and see there's cavity. Then what to do? We'll fill it. When I first went for my cavity, and doctor said, well, just fill it. Okay. I thought maybe he'll take something, some substance like atta, like make some dough out of it and put and just paste it. Okay, go home. So, that's actually he did, but before filling, he needed to clean. Like you go to a cobbler, with your shoes. And before sticking the part which is, small weapon, I said, oh, I never realized, that told me whenever you feel uncomfortable, it's paining. Just show your hand. So every time I say, what happened? I know it's paining. I need to go deep, Prabhu. I say, so much pain. But then eventually he cleans all the unwanted things. And then he fills the cavity with some substance. So okay, why is this recording again and again going, coming, going? Huh? Why can't we just directly put it on YouTube? So much of trouble. See, what can we do? But I cannot say anything because the person who's the host, at least he's trying to do something. He's doing actually a favor to me by recording this. Something which is not in hand, we have to tolerate it, even though it's irritating. So you have to give, see, dentist will not come to your home. You will have to go to dentist. So you will have to go to Guru. And then you will have to tell, okay, I'm ready to take all the pains which will come in the way of, while the purification is happening. Because once I'm pure, I'll be happy. Before I reach there, it will be painful process. And then I will have to pay the fees also. Yes. So I paid fees to dentist, and I took that pain also of going to dentist. So that's how it works. So we have to give that faith to Guru. Like Jad Bharat gave that faith to Krishna. Do whatever. You want to kill me? Kill me. Maro bhi, rakho bhi, jo ichha tohar. Whatever you desire, you want to keep me? Keep me. You want to kill me? Kill me. So this is how we should learn from life, learn from scriptures, learn from Guru, learn from Krishna, his teachings. Then our intelligence will get sharpened and we can take proper decisions. Otherwise, we'll mess up our life. And we have experience of that. So now after Jada Bharat leaves that place, he starts walking and he will have a meeting with King Rahugana, another King Rahugana. He was Bharat Maharaj. This Rahugana is a small time king in front of Bharat Maharaj. But how Rahugana will behave and how Bharat Maharaj will actually preach first time in this life, he will show what he is. Huh? It's very deep preaching. I don't know. We'll give only some synopsis. Maybe we may take one more episode because the teachings are very deep. Actually, Bharat Maharaj, Jad Bharat, he taught Rahugana what is the philosophy of life. And Rahugana said, I'm not able to understand. So then he again repeats in the next chapter. Again, Rahugana says, I cannot understand. He repeats 3 times, same philosophy. And all 3 times are given in Bhagavad. Imagine how many times we need to go through it to understand and learn. Very deep philosophy. But it's important, which we'll see next week. And if required, we'll extend one more week. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So now you read, it's already 7 o'clock, you may read one or I will just tell which verse. 17. Text number 5917.
Hare Krishna. If anybody wants to read, please, you may please raise your hand. Hare Krishna. Tanvi Mataji, you may read. Kindly unmute yourself. Shefali Mathur Mataji, you may read. Kindly unmute.
Mataji. Ramhari bro, where are you?
Hare Krishna. Translation. All the rogues and thieves who had made arrangements for the worship of goddess Kali were low-minded and bound to the modes of passion and ignorance. They were overpowered by the desire to become very they were overpowered by the desire to become very rich. I can't see the screen properly. Hare Krishna.
Is it visible now?
Ji Prabhuji. They were overpowered by the desire to become very rich. Therefore, they had a tendency. Screen is going, Prabhuji. It's flickering, Prabhuji. Okay. They were overpowered by the desire to become very rich. Therefore, they had the audacity to disobey the injunctions of the Vedas. As much as they were prepared to kill Jad Bharat, a self-realized soul born in a breathless family, born in a Brahmana family. Due to their envy, these dacoits, brought him before the goddess Kali for sacrifice. Such people are always addicted to envious activities, and therefore they dare to try to kill Jad Bharat. Prabhuji's screen is flickering, Prabhuji.
Now is it okay? I think now it's better. Sorry, little internet issue is happening. Is it visible now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Such people are always addicted to envious actions, envious activities, and therefore they dare to try to kill Jad Bharat. Jad Bharat was the best friend of all living entities. He was no one's enemy, and he was always absorbed in meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was born of a good Brahmana father, and killing him was forbidden, even though he might have been an enemy or aggressive person. In any case, there was no reason to kill Jad Bharat, and the goddess Kali could not bear this. She could immediately understand that these sinful dacoits were about to kill a great devotee of the Lord. Suddenly, the deity's body burst asunder, and the goddess Kali personally emerged from it in a body burning with an intense and intolerable effulgence. According to the Vedic injunctions, only an aggressor can be killed. If a person comes with an intent to kill one, can immediately take action and kill in self-defense. It is also stated that one can be killed if he comes to set fire to the home or to pollute or kidnap one's wife. Lord Ramachandra killed the entire family of Ravana because Ravana kidnapped his wife Sita Devi. However, killing is not sanctioned in the Shastras for other purposes. The killing of animals in sacrifice to the demigods who are expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is sanctioned for those who eat meat. So Puji's screen is flickering. I can't see.
Okay, Mataji, there's some serious internet issues. You can stop them.
This is
Some internet issues at my place. We are stopping. Thank you.
okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.